Hi, welcome to Chamber Spotlight. I'm Lori Hansroth, Executive Director for the Berkeley Springs Morgan County Chamber of Commerce. Today in the studios, we have Audrey Morris, who is the Director of Starting Point's Family Resource Center. Thanks for coming in today.
Hi, Lori. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, I know that you have been involved with Starting Points since its inception back in
1999.
How did it come about?
I actually worked at WVU Extension as a program coordinator. I'm not sure exactly what it was called then. Doing some work with the Extension homemakers. And we were looking at teen pregnancy and the high rate. At the time, I think Morgan County was like second highest in the state. And someone said, here's a grant, that you can tackle teen pregnancy. And we went from there. There was a group in the county that wrote the grant. And we found out in January of 1999 that we were funded. And so we've been on the go since then.
Well, I know it hasn't slowed down. In fact, you've really expanded what you've done since then.
We have expanded. There's a lot of different programming that we're offering now. Sometimes not different, but we tweak it all the time to make sure that we're addressing the needs.
Mm-hmm. So you started off with your audience being teenagers and preventing pregnancy.
Correct.
Kind of leading into then child abuse and neglect prevention.
Yes.
And now you've expanded into literacy programs.
Yes. The child abuse and neglect has pretty much always been a focus. And so it's the prevention of. And sometimes people can't make that jump between providing programs on education and parenting to financial support and financial education to coming that full circle to preventing child abuse and neglect. Mm-hmm. But it's all tied in together. If a family's stressed for whatever reason, there's the potential for domestic violence, child abuse. It's all tied in together. If the family's successful, then everyone's successful, not just a piece.
Right. Well, and I guess putting the community kitchen into play a few years after you got started is all tied with that, because not having food in the house is a stress on the family.
Yes, it is.
So the community kitchen's been around since 2000?
About 2004, we had our 10-year anniversary. I want to say 2014. I'm pretty sure that's when we did that. And that was a community collaborative. Really all of Starting Points is a community collaborative. We could not stand alone. We really need and have the full support of the community, which is great because it's a small community, limited resources, so we all need to play well together.
Absolutely. And you're open, the kitchen is open Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays.
Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We serve meals 3:30 to 5:30. And that is really a community thing because we have community groups that come in every day. It's a different group each day of the month. And some groups come in and cook, some just serve, some do a combination of both. And that's how we make it happen. We serve an average of 150 meals a day.
Wow.
So like last Friday, it was 190 couple meals. The beginning of the month, it runs somewhere around 100. So it's about an average of 150.
Right. Wow, that's amazing. Well, I understand you also have an emergency baby pantry, because that could be another stress. You run out of diapers,
Yes.
You're running low on formula.
The pantry is stocked simply with donations from the community. So we'll have people come in that their child has grown out of this size diaper and they have a whole case of diapers, or they're no longer taking this kind of formula or the baby food, whatever, clothes. And so people donate that to us, and then we turn that right back around out into the community.
That's great. Well, let's go back to the literacy aspect.
Okay.
That you guys cover. And I know there are several different programs that you offer. One of them is bonding with books. Tell me about that.
We started bonding with books a couple years ago with grant funding from Eastern West Virginia Community Foundation. And the way that works is we partner with other preschool agencies and the county. So each month, children in those programs receive a bag made. I'm going to plug Mildred Sharp here. Mildred came in and started making quilted bags. They're tote bags. So every year she brings us in a pile of bags. We use them for the bonding with books. So each month, those children are getting a brand new book for their home libraries. Some kids don't have books at home. And then we also put in educational materials, if there's any free events going on through the chamber or other people in the community, anything that's positive for families to get out and enjoy together. And we like free things because, if you are financially strapped, you can't afford to go spend money on family activities. So the free things are a great way for families to get out. So we're promoting that, reading from birth. That's really important that kids hear. I can never remember all the numbers. I want to say it's 400 and some thousand words that a child from a middle class family hears, where a low income family, this child's probably only heard about a third.
Wow.
Of that number of words, which is just amazing to me. But we have grandchildren now, and so I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's a word that they need to know, and so putting that in your vocabulary. And some people just don't think of that. But it's not just the learning the words, but it's also that nurturing and bonding time that the family spends together when they're reading.
That's awesome.
So that's it's a great program, and we're sending out about 170 books per month.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of books.
And are you still being funded through the Eastern Panhandle
The Eastern Panhandle,
Community Foundation?
it's the Eastern West Virginia Community Foundation. Yeah. This year we opted to switch the funding to a different program because we've been able to partner locally with other groups, the school board and others, to fund that program. And kind of a spin-off that we did with that, we call Bonding with Sprouts, and that program is funded through the Tom and Virginia Seeley Foundation. And so with that funding, we're looking at not just literacy, but environmental and gardening and producing your own food and nutrition and physical activity. Right. So we were able to take that literacy and slide right into all of those other things, providing healthy attitudes and healthy education for families.
Right. And self-supporting families.
Correct.
That's awesome. Well, you have another program called Read Aloud that I'm assuming goes with the older kids?
Yes, Read Aloud Starting Points has been a founding member of the Read Aloud Morgan County chapter. So Read Aloud is a statewide, it's a national, but we have partnered with several other groups in the county to have a chapter here. And so we work on that board of recruiting volunteers, training volunteers, supporting the schools and anything that they need. And then this spring we did a kind of cool project. We copied a program that they're doing in Berkeley County, their Rotary Club down there. So we partnered Rotary and Berkeley Springs, Morgan County Schools, Read Aloud, Starting Points, all partnered to do a project that was a second grade reading project. So we went into Paw Paw, Pleasant View, and Greenwood, and those second graders were able to choose their own books. And they each had $30 to spend on books, and they were very excited. So they chose their books. We ordered, Shepherd University gave us backpacks. So at the end of the school year, we went in and gave the kids their books, that they had ordered. So Read Aloud's been a fun addition to the other projects that we're doing.
Now, and I know you guys are all about partnering. You partner with the schools to put on Camp Moco in the summer.
Yes.
But I know your case managers have been more involved partnering in the community.
Yes, and so we have two case managers, Cynthia Robertson and Sharon Abdullah. Sharon focuses more on the parenting, the early childhood, all about keeping the kids safe and educating the parents on being good parents. And Cynthia is more focusing on the parent, that self-sufficiency piece, the housing, employment, budgeting, those kind of things. So what they have been doing a lot is partnering when a family comes in. Instead of only meeting with one of them to address that need, they're meeting with both of them. And then the two case managers are working together to pull resources from the community to make sure that the full needs of the family are being met. Not just, they're learning how to be good parents, but they still are unemployed or they're going to be homeless. So working with both together.
That's great. And I know you just found out today your funding was secured for this year.
Yes, hallelujah.
That's definitely maintenance level though.
It is.
So we're always looking for more.
Yes, we're always trying to do more fundraisers or write other grants, or it's always stressful because we never know this is June 28th, and we just found out today that our funding July 1st is coming through, so it's always a little stressful for that.
Right. I want to thank you for coming in today.
Sure, thanks, Lori.
You know, it's important for all of us in the community, especially through the Chamber, to support our organizations because they are supporting our community at all different levels. So I want to invite you to check out berkeleyspringscommunitymatters.com for today's video and all of our other videos. I'm Lori Hansroth with the Berkeley Springs Morgan County Chamber of Commerce. Take care.